Creator Classic. Nobody's going to be having more fun than us.
Yeah, 9 holes, really 8 holes. You got to birdie 1, right? Then we've got a shot. If we don't, then yeah, it's pretty much done. Really, it's a 1-hole tournament for you and I. I don't know. I should probably start practicing or something, yeah?
I was all-time LeBron hater for a long time. I love the guy. He's just the goofiest dude of all time.
Oh, do you mean this guy?
Yo, what?
Not even possible.
Yo,
LeBron
as
as
dispenser?
dispenser?
I just know when I'm on the altar with you dumb, there's going to be something that's going to get me. It's going to be something stupid, and I'm not going to be able to stop laughing, and it's going to be a thing. It's a problem. Something's going to get me to break.
Somebody farts, Bob is done. Like, he will collapse up there. Yeah, I think Cliff Lee left. Did he leave the Phillies? Or was this
No, he
before the
started
Phillies?
with the Indians, right? He was
Yeah.
the number 2 guy behind Johan, and then he went to
Sure.
the had a couple good years, but
Was Cliff Lee a twin and before he went to the Phillies?
that's what I'm asking. Was he a twin or he
No.
was an Indian? Was he
He
an
was an
Indian?
Indian.
He's Indian.
Was he behind
Yeah.
CC?
He
Okay.
was a guardian.
He was a
He was a
guardian.
Met. Was he a Met late? Is that crazy?
No,
Or a
I don't think
Ranger?
so.
Was he a
He was a
Ranger?
Ranger. He was
Yeah.
a Ranger.
He was
That's
a
right.
Ranger.
He was an Indian, he was a Ranger, and he was a Philly.
He was a good Philly.
A really
He was
good
a
Philly. You know who's a good Philly? Doc Holliday.
Sure.
Sure. R.I.P.
Yeah.
No, I
Cole
mix up-
Hamill's a little different.
I was about to say Cole Hamels. I mix them
Sure.
up all the time. Yeah.
When you think of like the top change-ups in all time in baseball, I think Johan Santana, I think Cole Hamels, and then
Do you think
I just thought about
lefties? Do you think lefties just throw a better changeup?
yeah, possibly. I mean, some righties throw a really good. Tommy Canely throws a really good changeup. He's a reliever, but yeah, there's a lot of good lefty. CC Sabathia actually threw a good changeup. You
I think
know,
it just pops a little different from the left side, you know?
yeah, different action. Pop,
I don't,
you
I
look
don't
like
even know pitches. Like when a guy throws a changeup, I don't even know. Changeup you can tell a little bit, and a slider, 2-seam to 4-seam, I got problems.
Well, that's a sign of good changeup, Yaman. You're not supposed to know.
No, but when you see it off his arm, you know it's a changeup. But if you're asking me who throws a nice changeup, I couldn't tell you.
yeah. Pop, you
just-
look like
I don't know
You look
ball.
like you look like one of the guys on Around the Horn. Like, you know how they each like have have their own set. Yeah.
His first article ever published in the Lake Geneva Herald.
I've got Houston behind me. Just Houston all over the place.
That's the old vet, the good old days.
Dude, apparently that show's canceled. They canceled the show? Did you know it's over?
Really?
Around the
Yeah,
horn?
I found out at the breezy.
Who?
Colorado.
Will Albert
Will
said
Albert
it.
did it a few
Yeah,
weeks
yeah.
ago.
He's like, show's over. I was like, since when?
I was watching it a few weeks ago. Tony
Yeah,
Reale was still doing it.
I think they might be on the final. I think they might be shutting it down.
Take
Yo,
it, right?
I didn't know that Skip Bayless left undisputed, and now
Oh.
he's going to retire. Like, have you guys heard about this?
You think he's retiring?
That's
No
what they're
way.
saying.
That
I
man
think
is
he
retiring.
has a podcast that he'll probably keep
That
doing.
man will be shouting from his fucking casket.
Sure.
He's
They
gonna
will
go.
lower him into
He's
the
gonna
ground.
go under like the Tucker Carlson network. He'll be like on X or like they'll do something together. You know. I mean,
But that
what
was
works for
the
Tucker?
heck-
He's going to get his own Substack.
Yeah, like,
Exactly.
dude, you guys stopped doing it, but you guys used to bounce around a really good Tucker Carlson. When you guys used to do that, that always got me real
Can't
good.
do it. It's been too long. I don't even know what happened. And where's Tucker Carlson?
What the media won't tell you.
You know what Tucker
True.
Carlson's doing? He's hanging out with Ari Shafir driving around in a Cybertruck.
Who's doing that?
Tucker Carlson. That's what he's been doing.
We've got media pundits that are just going rogue right now.
Yeah.
There's people on their own networks. They're all over the place.
Tucker Carlson, I think I saw just actually surpass Joe Rogan as the #1 podcast or most viewed podcast.
Wow.
Stick it to the man.
Somewhere Lex Friedman is just punching air right now.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
You
in
know
the
what you
lab.
should do, Yams? What, like, just like 1 week, people would go nuts, but just like put a Bob Does Sports episode on
On
X.
X.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen it done. You know who else? So we were talking about this. Max Kellerman's been out of the loop for a while, and he's going to show up on X very soon.
Didn't he
He's
get
going
like
to show up in like some nice studio. He's going to be doing some investigative reporting on the downfall of doping in cycling or something. And he's gonna have his own thing. He's gonna have his own show.
Isn't that a contract issue though? Wasn't he like not
Apparently,
allowed?
when he left ESPN, he's not allowed to do anything. When Stephen A. effectively
Mm.
fired him, he's not allowed to do anything
That's a
till
tough
I guess
deal.
I don't know.
Maybe
Told you
him and
that-
Skip will reunite like old times.
Maybe yeah.
That would bring back. I mean, that would really bring back like those type of shows. People would go nuts about that.
Skip is still hanging on to that like 2007 First Take era though. Remember when that was like a hot show for
Great
a while?
show.
It was like 2009, 2010. That was like now he's still hanging on to those like you don't have the clutch gene moments, which like don't work anymore.
Yeah, I actually thought him and Kellerman. I actually liked Stephen A. and Kellerman together, but then you're right. He kind of gave him the boot, but I actually thought they were pretty good.
He probably felt threatened,
Yeah.
Nobody fucks with Stephen A. Man.
Yeah.
I told you the Stephen A. thing. I told you when he would be staying at the hotel and like no matter what he was going to tip you, like even if it was $5, he would call you over like he was going to drop like 100 on you, and he would like dab you up and be like, I got you, and it could be like a $5 bill, but like he would treat it as if it was going to be like anything. Good tipper. I mean, really nice of him to tip every single one. Was that like that
probably walked around the same way he walks into NBA arenas these days.
Yeah,
he's got a
Lot of
strut
swag.
about him, dude. To be
Sure
fair,
does.
that the DAP is worth money on its own, so it's $5 plus the DAP. It's a pretty good tip.
Yeah, he's the main character of whatever he's doing. At least he thinks he is.
Yeah, you guys, did you get into the you were into the Olympics basketball? No, Yams, just because you were betting it.
Well, me and Pop watched the final together at your apartment.
Streamed it.
And, it was actually electric. It was. I mean, Steph Curry had maybe the greatest. I hate calling things the greatest because every time anybody does anything, it's the greatest thing of all time because people forget so fast. He made like 5 threes in a row or 4 threes in a row to like win the gold medal. It was pretty sick. And then it was pretty sick. I enjoyed the Olympics.
Our bet, we had minus 10.5 for the fourth quarter, right? And it was looking really good. Then, as all bets, not good, then good again, then not good. Then with like 45 seconds left, it looked damn near impossible to hit. So I was like, fuck it. There was a pan pizza waiting at the front door. So I ran downstairs to get the pan pizza from the Papa. And that's when Steph hit that amazing shot. So I liked it. I think when I stepped out of the room, that magic happened. And then when I came back up, there was still like 15 seconds left, and Yaman didn't let me back into the room. He was like, stand outside of the room.
Outside.
You did. You could get out of the room.
Yeah, we won. And we won.
Take the Papa and stand outside of the room.
People get really defensive about it, but like, shouldn't they have been blowing these teams out? Like maybe not France, who like actually has like some good, but there's some teams that you would expect them to be blowing these guys out, and they really didn't. Not to say there's not good players across the board, but like some of the teams you would think they would absolutely run through.
Yeah, they almost lost to the South Sudan in like the warm-ups,
Yeah.
like exhibition games. Everybody's like, all right, something's wrong here, whatever. I think the other teams like Serbia, is it? They're good. Like these teams all have like 3 or 4 NBA pros. The thing I didn't understand was this whole Jason Tatum bit that was going around, how he wasn't playing, and everybody's like, why is he not playing? And people were like, he doesn't fit into like FIBA basketball. It's like he's one of the best players in the NBA. Like he can't figure, like Devin Booker fits into this lineup, but Jason Tatum doesn't. A lot of people were saying that Steve Kerr has it out for him. I don't know if that's true or not. I just find it weird that you can be like, what, because you're allowed to fucking goaltend now you don't fit into the scheme of the. It made no sense to me.
So I just want to remind you that the Bob Does Sports Pod is brought to you by SeatGeek. If you want to view live events and not just view them and enjoy them, do it the right way. It all starts with the SeatGeek SeatGeek app. And now we have a promo code for you. New and returning customers, use promo code BDSPod10. Get 10% off up to $25 of your next SeatGeek order. Download that SeatGeek app today and enjoy your live events the right way. It all starts with SeatGeek.
I feel like it's also that like classic, like great group of players versus like a team, right? Like some of these countries like probably clearly play together and, play more often together. So you got like, clearly better talent, but guys that necessarily, haven't played on the team. I didn't get the Tatum thing either. That seemed bizarre. Guy just won, his team, the NBA championship. Seems like he'd be good enough to play some minutes. And then there was that whole leaked audio with LeBron. Did you see that?
Was that real? I thought that was fake.
I don't know. It could very well be fake. It probably is fake.
Did you get Penix to Metcalf?
Oh no.
Well, I mean, I didn't say it was real. I just said, did you hear it? So if it was real, it was saying Kerr was a clown for not playing Tatum.
Oh, that wouldn't shock me. I saw a clip of LeBron bodying a little French child.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm LeBron James.
Yeah, and then he started dancing.
And then danced his way into the restaurant.
I was shocked. I was surprised LeBron, listen, for whatever he is, he's so genuinely like
goofy.
Yeah, he's so genuinely. It's all, you can't knock the guy because it's so real. Like he's dapping up. He's got handshakes with like all of his kids and like his wife. He's just like a goofy ass dude. And I think he played the part. I think for a while he like tried to be like hated almost. Like he tried to embrace that and be like a villain, and he just can't do it because he's so goofy.
Well, when he went to Miami, he really tried to play into that villain thing because it was happening regardless. Yeah. But also, he's so corny, I can't even handle it, dude. Like a few weeks ago, they like some guy took this awesome angle of all the guys coming out on the court, like it was Jason Tatum, and then it flowed into Steph Curry, and then it flowed into LeBron and the starting five, and it was really cool. And they put the Avengers music behind it, and it went viral and all that. And then they were asking LeBron at the end when they won the gold. They were like, there was the Dream Team, the Redeem Team. What are we gonna call you guys? And he was like, the Avengers. And I was like, God, this guy is relentlessly corny, man.
You know what's really bad? Yeah, I've learned. To be honest, I didn't really like LeBron too much like years ago. I see how he's funny now without trying to be funny. But it was one of the toughest clips was after the Celtics won the championship, that Jason Tatum was like looking for like that moment like that'll be played for like years, but he was just taking from like each guy.
He tried and anything is possible.
Was fantastic.
Oh, I know.
He stole the like Kevin Garnett thing, like yelling into the space.
I know.
And then like took the Kanye speech from.
Oh yeah, he did that. I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know.
Oh, it's so bad, man. Because now everything is like pre-planned now. Because everybody lives in this like viral. You're like winning the NBA Finals, and you're trying to like create a viral moment. It's pretty wild. But yeah, I used to be the biggest. I was all-time LeBron hater for a long time. I can't. I love the guy. He's just the goofiest dude of all time. He's just so genuinely happy. He's just.
Oh, do you mean this guy?
Yo, what?
LeBron Pez dispenser? Is that a Space Jam LeBron Pez dispenser? Yeah, you should hold on to that.
Hey, Tick, stop glazing LeBron, all right?
Stop glazing, brother.
Oh, fuck, I missed it. That's unbelievable. What a ridiculous.
He pulled out the LeBron Pez dispenser.
How long have you had that?
Too long. Probably since the movie came out.
Dude, watch that's worth like 15 mil. Like that's worth something crazy. That looks like a bigger ticket play.
It was. It's not mine. It's not mine.
You ever seen the LeBron meme where he's in his barbershop show where, by the way, they don't cut hair. They just go zh and nobody gets clipped. Just like cutting fake scissors. And the guy, I forget who they were interviewed. FP, you've definitely seen it. I think it was Marcus Rashford or something. It was a player overseas. And he said his favorite His favorite quote. I
You
forget
gotta,
what the
you
quote
got,
was.
you gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, and LeBron looks at me, he's like, "Oh yeah, that's my favorite quote. Like, I love it. I live by that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all time.
The
There's
tough, the
so
one
many-
that's tough is the Drake one, where he's like, what did I tell you? And Drake's like, you told me,
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
he
Drake
did.
can't, he doesn't
There was
remember
a
what he
phase.
told him.
There was a phase on Twitter where people were just bringing up like LeBron, those moments of LeBron, and when he used to do the whole like predict. He's like, I knew Kobe was going to score 81. I woke up, I was like, Kobe's scoring 81 today. Like I just knew it. He's the best. He's the
My
best. Like,
favorite
in a
is
full
this
180.
book.
Oh, the book, like he's on like the third page or something.
Yeah.
Every single time when he was on the third page of Martin Luther King Jr.'s biography. Unbelievable.
So, all right, well, welcome back to another edition of Bob Does Sports Podcast. We're kind of just letting it rip here today. We have no Joey D today. You would think the king and queen are getting married for the lead up to this wedding here for Joey D. It is unbelievable.
It's a royal
The
wedding.
build up. It really is. I mean, the build up to this thing.
He speaks about it too. That's the best part. It's like this wedding. It's like you wouldn't believe it. It's like, bro, I got married. Like I absolutely believe it. I know exactly what it takes. And it's just like the guy's been in Canada all month. He's getting this thing rolling, and it's like, is he building the tables that we're going to be sitting at the rehearsal dinner?
Dude, it's funny too because he keeps saying to me, he's like, Bob, this is so much. Like, I am just so stressed out.
He loves
Every
it.
picture I see of him, he's either like at a buffet, at a brunch at like the Fairmont, or like popping champagne, or like out on the golf course.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, must have had a few days off and went up to Whistler, dude. Just grabbed a little R&R.
He's done, I think, 5 to 7 photo shoots this week. And the wedding hasn't. It's not even the rehearsal. He's done
Everywhere.
It's like each group gets like their own shoot. He's in the park. They're doing it's. Listen, I've never been married. I can't imagine it should be this.
This is a really bad sign for the wedding party photos after the wedding.
Oh,
This is going to be like hours.
Oh,
We're gonna get
We're going to
mad.
get on a bus and go to one location. Then we're going to get on a bus and go to another location. Maybe we'll go up to Whistler. Maybe there's a lunch involved somewhere. Then we'll hit the reception. It's
And
gonna
good
be,
news, Pickett, we do have hours in between. We've got that.
Of course.
We've got that Catholic mass
we
1:30
don't have
guy.
hours in between. We're taking pictures.
Oh, I know. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's not your standard like wedding, and then everyone goes straight to the reception, and you kind of got to get the pictures done and on the move. There's already like a downtime of like 3-4 hours in there, and then we gonna use all that.
I just know when I'm on the altar with you dumbasses, there's going to be something that's going to get me. It's going to be something stupid, and I'm not going to be able to stop laughing, and it's going to be a thing. The fact that I'm up there with you guys, it's a problem. Something's going to get me to break.
Somebody farts, Bob is done. Like he will fucking collapse up there. That'll be the
I'm telling you
fucking
right now.
end.
I didn't
Hold
even
that
think
shit
about
in.
that. It's a great point. I didn't even think about the legit. We have more concern with like that's going to be an issue. Like just holding it to get just nobody farting because that's the only thing that can bring this down.
No, Joe could say something stupid that.
Totally. Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
sure will.
The Catholic Mass has a lot of like movement to it too. So it's not, it's like a good hour and 15 minutes. Like it's a full church
But is it
service. It's
it's
not
just a
like
walk-
it's not like your 20-minute wedding. It's a full. There's communion. I mean, you go through the whole thing. So we're not just standing. There's gonna be like sitting down, getting up. There's like a whole thing that goes into it.
Do we have a
So
rehearsal for that?
We're on the
Like
move. Yeah. That's what's
When's
before
the
the
walk?
dinner on Thursday.
After the photo shoot, Tick.
Yeah.
Before the dinner Thursday.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Didn't know
Yeah,
that.
that's
All right.
pretty
Yeah, you go before the dinner, but it's so I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know. I thought it was going to be a walk and stand type of deal.
I mean,
And
that
then just-
it starts that way, but you don't stand there for an hour and 15 minutes. Like,
Okay.
You get up the past, look, every Catholic mass is different, but usually the priest gets going on his little sermon. Everybody sits down for that. You're not going to be standing up there while people come for communion. You know what I mean? Like that. There's ups and downs.
So so we're not going to be standing the whole time. Like to start, you're saying you think we're going to be seated?
It's a walk
No.
and sit.
I would be very surprised. Of all the Catholic weddings that I've been to, I've never seen them, the bridesmaids and groomsmen, stand up there for the entire hour and 15 minutes, because there's different things there. There's readings, there's all sorts of stuff. So you have your little, like, I don't know how this church is set up, but usually like the first row will be open for us, and we go and sit down, and then we position ourselves back up. So that would be part of the rehearsal, is like when Aunt Mary's going to come up here and read a letter for the Corinthians to Paul, or Paul to the Corinthians, you go and sit down,
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, that's what it could be. It could be a fart that really
It could be.
Well,
You better hope it comes when we're sitting in that front row, facing God. You'd rather laugh in that direction.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Pop, did you write your speech, or do you know what you're going to say?
No.
Did you regret asking for some time?
No, I don't, because I'll get there. I've given a speech before. I'm a little bit of an off-the-cuff kind of guy.
Good.
But I've only ever done it before in front of when I know most of the people there. Like at my sister's wedding, I did that, and I knew 95% of the people there. I'm a little bit more nervous just because maybe I should be less nervous because I don't know a lot of people, but it's made me a little bit more just because it's like I'm representing Joe and I'm one of his friends, and it's in front of a lot of his Italian Catholic family. It's elevated my nerves a little bit, but I'm sure I'll get over it. But no, I haven't written a single thing.
When are you speaking?
Hopefully towards the front. Hopefully get it over quick, and if Bob needs to laugh, he can settle down by the time it gets to him at the end. Even if I don't say something stupid, me just standing up there with the mic, he's going to start laughing, and I can't even look in his direction. I'm going to need to angle away from that table the entire time.
I have like a decent, like a lot of things that like I know will make all of us laugh. Like I hope like if you see the Joe that we see, like I think everybody would find it funny. But then like you don't know what Nicole's side has seen of Joe. Like they might not have seen the full goofy side to where some of it they might not get. You know what I mean?
It's all right, man.
Yeah.
You got to go what you know, dude. You don't know the Joe that they know. You can't pander to that audience.
That you mentioned the garage door in your speech, or is that low hanging fruit?
I just think it's too low hanging of fruit. Yeah.
And by the time it gets to you, someone else probably will have mentioned it too.
If you don't think Bearzall is going to touch on every single thing, the over-under, and we love Bearzall dearly. That's Joe's co-best man. The over-under on his speech, I think, and he's even said, I've talked to him, he said, 15 minutes.
I mean, there's talk of you guys just getting 5 minutes each. So how's that going to go? Little buzzer, dude. He's gonna get a little light. What's he gonna do? Is he just gonna power through that thing?
Oh, he don't give a fuck. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. And then for those who don't know from the Brilliantly Dumb show, Mikey V is going to be hosting the wedding, which should be really interesting. It's going to be sit back and just relax and watch. It's going to be fun to watch, man.
Even the people I'm thinking about, like Jason Berger is going to be there.
Yeah.
There's just like
Ferg.
Showtime. Ferg's
going to be there.
Still coming? Yeah, it's great.
Like it's just
Grant was invited. He's not going. I don't think.
Wildest
he was
crew
invited.
of all. Like, you're going to see people just walking, and you're going to be like, "Holy shit!" Like
is
all time.
Is Sam coming? Is Showtime's fiance coming?
I don't believe so. I think it's just Showtime.
You're just getting. We're
gonna get a raw Showtime.
Oh yeah. God. Yeah.
Leash off Showtime in a foreign country.
Yeah.
Although sometimes they actually feed off of each other. Sometimes when she's there, he gets even crazier, to be honest.
You ready to hear something wild from Showtime yesterday? Is he told me yesterday when he was in Nantucket, he used to work at an ice cream shop, and him and Sam went for ice cream. He sent his cone back 2 times because the guy kept fucking it up. I said, Showtime. You mean to tell me that this guy handed you an ice cream cone and you sent your ice cream cone back? Like, dude, it's not a ribeye. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
The
What does
two
that
things
mean?
you can't send back are soup and ice cream. Those are
Yeah.
the two things you
Yeah.
just cannot send back. You live with it.
What did
I
he
mean,
ask? Did he ask for it medium rare? Like, how did he want it?
I like the kid with the
yeah,
sprinkles.
yeah.
He said he like had the
Unless unless it was
Go
melted.
ahead.
Unless it was
Yeah.
literally like melted ice cream in a cone, you got to just eat it.
It's one of the craziest things I've ever heard by
How's his
far.
golf game? Somebody sent me a screenshot of him in my DMs of him just like fucking. It was like it was one of the wildest things I've ever seen. Top of the swing, legs all over the place. I think his shoe was falling off.
What do you mean? But like
When
a
you played
random?
golf with no. It was just from your story. I
Oh,
also would get people. It's happened a few times. People will send me videos just sniping him at the Balboa, like just on the tee, and they're like, "Showtime's here." Like it's like a paparazzi angle. I've gotten that twice.
well, people were saying that, when they say you swing out of your shoes,
Yeah.
you could see his foot purging out of his shoe, like as he was going to swing. It's unbelievable. I got Hillcrest with him tomorrow, which should be a lot of fun. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
Is that where he
Make sure he doesn't
broke a
send anything
windshield?
back there.
No, that was Brentwood.
Brentwood. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, I didn't think he'd be headed back there.
Hopefully the ice cream at Hillcrest is up to his standard.
I mean,
crazy.
unless you're handed strawberry when you ask for chocolate, like I'm sure it was just like some topping wasn't like he wanted light sprinkles and it was like covered in sprinkles. It's like I bet you like it.
I couldn't be there for that. I'd have such bad secondhand embarrassment. That's really, really tough. All right, real quick before we go into a nice Q&A sesh here, we are off. Yaman is coming with us as well, the Creator Classic. And nobody's going to be having more fun than us. I think we're going to go out there and just have a fucking ball. We talked about it a little bit on the Callaway Live show, but really, really cool what they're doing. The tour allowing, us to come on the course, I think is pretty crazy. And Stoop's going to do his thing. Just have some fun out there. 9 holes. No, Stoop?
Yeah, 9 holes, really 8 holes, and then the top 4 guys go on to 9. So we know how this goes. I mean, you got to birdie 1, right? I mean, if we get out there and we birdie 1, then we've got a shot. If we don't, then yeah, it's pretty much done. So really, it's a 1-hole tournament for you and I. But we'll go out there and have a good time. It's pretty wild that they're letting us out on that 9 holes the day before. I know when I like take a divot or something, I'm going to be like, damn, like I'm going to watch on fucking Sunday afternoon and somebody in the lead's going to like end up in my divot from the Creator Classic and it's going to result in a double bogey or something. It's pretty wild. It's I haven't even seen, I don't think, the full list yet. I don't think they've even released everyone that's playing in it to this point. So I'm interested to see these names that start coming out, and I don't know. I should probably start practicing or something. Yeah.
It's kind of like, what we kept saying, you just got to birdie 1 at the cue, but then you almost birdied 1.
Yeah, I mean, I left it like 1 roll short, even after like it didn't really come out in the thing, and I guess we can say it now probably, but like the camera guy just like tap dancing on my ball on the screen. I think we've enough times gone by that we can probably bring that up. You weren't there. Did you not hear about this, Yaman?
No, I wasn't there. No, what happened?
The first hole of the queue at Myrtle Beach, I hit my approach shot. I hit it pretty good, but I just had a little too much club, and I end up like rolling kind of like middle onto the back fringe, and the pin's kind of back left, so it's not a bad shot. And as we're getting up there, we're kind of reading the putt, everybody's going, and there's a bunch of cameras around, but this one guy's like filming like D-Rap or somebody, and he's backpedaling, and he just fucking back heels my golf ball just fucking down into the fucking rough behind him.
No.
And, yeah. And then like the main producer guy who was there, because I think we might have been the first group off. I think we were the first group off. So this guy's watching. dude, he's fucking pissed. Like he's like, what do we, he's pissed at the
That
guy
was
for
the same.
doing it.
That
Like,
That was the same guy that a few holes later, that was the same guy who then it was a little wet out there, and this tee box was a little elevated, and he was heading up there to get the right angle, and he took a spell.
Camera?
he
Yeah,
basically
Did he have a rig?
he did.
he had a rig, and he like his like feet slid back behind him, and he sort of just like fell forward onto the back of the tee.
So what happened? So they let you just put your ball, like you put
Yeah,
your ball back.
everyone just sort of looked around like, we're not dealing with this. Like, we're not even gonna go through. It's like that's where my ball was. Like, I'm putting it there, and everybody just looked at each other and was like, yeah, we're good. We're just gonna.
Of course, it was yours though. Like it couldn't have been any of like the Corn Ferry guys or like it. Of course, it had to be your ball.
Yeah.
And you and Bob, did you just start laughing your ass off after the initial like silence?
Not after the ball situation.
But when he slipped.
When he slipped, yes, because then I was a little more comfortable by then. Like we were a little more settled in to where like, yeah, when he slipped, it was that really, really got me because it was the same guy.
Bob had just like disappeared. He met me up at the fairway. He couldn't even really be around. It was pretty fucking funny. But the ball thing, everybody, it was like I felt for the guy, right? Like he clearly didn't intend to do it, and he got kind of chewed out like right off the bat. It was just sort of a touchy thing, and I just laughed and did. And then I almost rolled the putt in after it was kind of a wild series of events.
You get your redemption at the Creator Cup. What's the first hole? Is it the par 3, number 10, or did they switch the 9s as they like to say?
Which, by the way, isn't that the hole that you almost hit the hole in one on, Stu? Or am I way off?
No, that was in Memphis. Yeah, that was in Memphis.
Oh, number 11 in Memphis, 12.
Yeah, correct. 11 at Memphis, I believe, or 12. I think it's 11. No, 9's the par 3, and then 15 is that like monster par 3 that kind of has it's an island green, I guess. It's got a little rough around it, but it plays like 220, 230 to an island green for those guys. So I'm going to be hitting a lot of fairway woods into a lot of holes. Look, it's going to be a good opportunity, and I got an email asking how I wanted my name on the leaderboard yesterday, whether I wanted Nick Stubbe or Fat Perez. I went the latter. Nobody knows who Nick Stubbe is, so we're gonna go about that. And I said, if I think it's Mark Immelman and Damon and D-Rap on the call amongst others, and Hallie I think as well. So I said if Mark Immelman doesn't want to say fat repeatedly, he can just go with Perez alone. That's fine. So it should be a bit of a clown show.
Don't you think though, like if you were to have a shot, it would be you'd have a better shot with 8 holes than 18 in the sense of like you could just play just 8 great holes. Not to say you can't play 18 great holes of golf, but you know what I mean. Like you could just go off in those 8.
100%. Yeah, the fewer the holes, the better chance I have. I mean, if you even did like a 4-day tournament, like I'm gonna get smoked. Best case scenario would be 1 hole, and then every little bit after that would be a little less better for me. But yeah, it's gonna be a length thing. It's gonna be a distance thing. Just gonna be aiming for the middle of the green and try to make some putts. That's my game plan.
It'll be fun though, because a lot of the people we know, just like at the Q, like we were shooting the shit with like the Busted Jack guys, and like we know all those people, Grant and all. So it ends up just being fun as well.
I think the crazy part too is that you're going to have. I mean, it's during the practice rounds. So you're going to have live. You're going to have a lot of people there, and it's live streamed on YouTube, Peacock, and ESPN Plus, I think. And they're using all of the like infrastructure that they're going to use for the tournament days. So like all the cameras, all of the the shot tracer that goes up, all the data, all that shit, all those slow motion, the Konica Minolta BizHub Swing Vision with Costas. breaking down.
That's old
how-
school. That's
yeah.
some old school shit. As you can see, when Perez gets to the top of the swing, yeah, I love that shit.
That was the best shit in the world, dude. They just flip it around. They just like
Yeah,
middle of
just
the
the
swing,
full
they just
spin.
turn it around to the
Yeah.
other side.
The guys have the baggiest pants of all time.
So it's going to
Davis
be
Love.
like it's going to be a serious production. It's going to be interesting to have like fucking live fans there. It's going to be more like Butler pitch and putt than Q at Myrtle Beach feel.
Yeah, at least with the queue, there was nobody there. This is going to be like, this is, and you could definitely tell they're going to do it right. Like they got some big time names behind it. So yeah, it'll be exciting, and I think our fans will definitely enjoy it. So something to keep an eye out on. And now, fellas, let's get on into our Q&A segment of the show here.
All right, first question comes from Anthony G _T.0.S.M.M. Can FP do a swing analysis and tutorial video? #move like Perez.
Wow.
What does that even mean?
Swinging out, does that mean he's
like
looking at other
his
people's
or mine?
No, I think he means like walking through your own swing, like how to get the tempo, all the things that you're doing. I guess tutorial of your swing.
Yeah, I mean, I could, sure. I don't know if I'm qualified to even talk about my swing or anyone's swing. It's gonna be a lot of motion going on there when you slow it down. But yeah, sure, I'll knock that out. I don't know if anything I say is going to be true, but I'll do it.
You don't feel qualified for your own swing, like to kind of talk through what you're doing?
I mean, I don't know if I can verbalize what's happening correctly. I don't think I have the proper certifications to do that. But I could use some reels on my Instagram. So I'm down.
I was doing the. I've come up on like some guy and some like golf pro analyzing Perez's swing. I think I sent it to you guys, and he goes into everything the other day. And I meant to send it to you guys. It was a YouTube short of mine, and it was me hitting a drive during the Homa match. And this guy goes into everything that I'm doing wrong. And he listed, no joke, like 12 different things. And he's using the thing where like, like the Microsoft pad where like you can like draw on it. And he's like circling my hips. It looked like a George Gankus lesson almost going on.
Tell you what, of all the videos and swings to pick, that wouldn't have been the one. That was a tough round of golf for you there. That's tough. That's a tough break.
All right, next up. Actually, you know what? He probably, to really dive into it, he probably picked the right one. Like that was probably the best one. Worst for me, but the best to get the most out of. All right, Pop, let her eat.
All right, next one comes from CJ_out. What is everyone's top food of all time? Top food, number one food.
Something else?
No, somebody asked me this yesterday. I didn't have an answer. I started thinking.
Oh, I got you. Yours is nachos.
Oh, nachos are pretty fucking good.
Love nachos.
You know what? All right. Good answer.
Good answer.
We didn't give those brass ring nachos.
Brass ring nachos have stepped their game up.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Big time. They're on, and they're so. Me and Pop actually went to Miller's Ale House last week.
We did,
and we got the nachos as one does, and then I had the brass ring nachos, and they have a slight edge. The brass ring nachos have a slight edge
because
Miller's Ale House does stuff better too, but the brass like lighting, but the brass ring has a slight edge in the nachos.
Yeah, I think brass ring is just but instead of the beef, they use their chili. What happens to be really, really?
They do. Good. I did not know that.
They sure do.
That chili is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
My only thing with brass ring, and I'm sure I'm the only one complaining about it because I'm crazy, but I would love a slightly hotter flavor out of their wings. The hot wings that they have are just there's barely any zip there, but I like things crazy hot, so I'm probably the only one not complaining about that. But that's my
Yeah,
only.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. I get it. It's not hot. I'll order them. I don't like things too hot, and I'll order those hot just because it really doesn't have a kick.
Yeah,
But what is
delicious.
it? I think everybody's probably expecting me to go Caesar salad. I'm actually not. I think probably the most undefeated thing of all time, just like the best thing, and Stoop's probably right in that ballpark. But pizza's probably the number one food, pound for pound, in the game.
Yeah.
It's just it's so tough to beat. It's available. It's always going to get you by. It's good hot. It's good leftover. It's a great offering. It really is.
There's no bad pizza either. Like, I mean, people will say there's bad pizza, but there really isn't.
Dude, it's too bad that 7-Eleven pie that looked pretty good.
I'm still head.
Sure, you treat everything the right way.
Wait, you went to 7-Eleven and you can get an entire pie? I thought they just had those slices in the case.
Oh no, you can get yourself. How do you think the slices come about? Those slices are coming from somewhere, Tick. They're coming from somewhere.
I never.
So, yeah, you can get them. You can get them to do it, make the pizza for you in that little like convection thing, and then you've got yourself a pie ready to go hot. It's a little soft because it's not like an oven; it's more like a microwave ish. Or if you go into the freezer. Where they keep the pre-made sandwiches at the bottom there, they've got the cold pizzas that you can take home, a little take and bake situation. If you treat them the right way, you can get them crispy, and they're not bad. They're really not bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. At the river, that's all we have. So that's you got to make the best of a tough situation. I'm not sure pizza's not the answer either. I'm struggling between that and like a buffalo chicken, like a buffalo chicken tender, like a buffalo chicken tender wrap. But yeah, I think it's just a cheese slice is just fantastic.
Pop, what do you got?
It's probably pizza, but just to be a little different, I'll go because it is right there, and it's very similar, but it's the Mexican version of it. I just love it. If you get a good quesadilla, it's maybe one of my favorite things of all time. The little al pastor with chicken or. What do you like? You always get the chorizo. That's great too. If you get a good one, it's hard to beat for me. You get the sour cream, you get it in. It's good.
Little pico on the side,
or a little guac, whatever you want to do.
Tough to fuck up too. Like it's always a safe play. If you don't know what to get on, my new quesadilla is always a pretty safe play.
We all went kind of safe, like nachos, quesadilla, and pizza. Like you're going to get variations of it, but the worst of any of those is still like very edible.
The through line is just melt some cheese on shit. That's the through line.
It does seem to be the case. Boy,
hammer down another, Pop.
All right, this is a quick one. P_Lee. Do you butter both sides of your toast or just the one?
Yo, we're so
Is that really a question?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I didn't know both was an option. It's a great idea.
Jesus.
Oh shit. Damn.
We're so fat, man.
Yeah, it's really bad. Holy shit.
Oh man, I don't even know how. I actually with my sandwiches like BLTs and stuff. Sometimes I think those it's too buttered. I don't like when it's too buttery. I like butter, but not too much.
If you like that one, you're gonna love this one. Comes from Alex Bridgeford. BDS 9 holes and 9 In-N-Out burgers each time.
Jesus Christ, dude, we gotta make a change, man. This is crazy, man.
We tried to do a cumulative.
9 holes.
Jesus, we tried to do a cumulative stroke play challenge, and people are still asking us to eat, dude. We're trying anything here, and it's just like get back to your old shit.
I only had In-N-Out one time, and it was with you, Bob. It was delicious. It's impossible to get in LA because they're not like the lines are out the door and they don't deliver.
No, and they never will because the lines are just too much. They wouldn't be able to
Crazy.
maintain it.
It's
It's
insane.
nuts. And yeah, if you as great as In and Out is, there's never been a time you can go through a McDonald's, you can go through a Wendy's anytime and get it quick, like where there's not that many people. In and Out every single time. It's such a commodity that you got to be ready to wait like 45 minutes, sometimes maybe a little less, but it's a line.
And if we went in there and ordered 27 burgers, dude, we would
Oh.
crush them. I mean, I'd feel terrible to contribute to the fucking line any more than we already have.
Yeah, also too, I just don't think, sometimes we get some really, really good ideas for challenges. There's sometimes people send stuff that's just not possible. Like that. I can eat a lot. I can't put down 9 In-N-Out burgers. I don't think there's any way. Like I don't think I don't think anybody can really. Sure, somebody's out there, but that is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
All right. Next one comes from LeCarter 40. Max Home, a tiebreaker match.
Gotta happen.
Yeah.
Gotta happen.
He's just wondering
Simple
if
as that.
and when.
We do it the same time every year. It's like in December, January.
Before the season gets going, Scottsdale, True North. They're gonna have to build a third course for us to play on and get this thing figured out. Yeah, we're gonna have to get a Quintero or something. Get this thing dialed in.
That's still one of my favorite courses that we've been to. I loved Quintero. It was so out in the middle of nowhere. It was a beautiful course. We played Manziel there. It was with his buddy Casey. It was fucking awesome. I love Quintero.
Cody, not Casey.
Cody.
Damn.
I mean,
There
Casey
was
also.
a whole crew out there when we were there.
It takes 20 minutes to drive to the tee box. Like once you get in your car, it takes so long to get to that first.
If you're lucky enough to see Mikey Moonbeams there.
Oh yeah.
It's a top shelf staff. It takes 50 minutes to get to the clubhouse and another 20 to the first tee. It's a day. It's a day. It's a commitment out there. It's a great golf course though.
Yeah, Manziel didn't do us any favors time-wise when he got there. Remember, he got there like 15 minutes late, and he's like, I'm going to go get a burrito. I was like, damn, dude. Like, I don't know if we're going to be able to get off that first tee box there, Johnny. But, yeah. All right. Well, look, a lot on the docket, a lot to look out for. The boys headed to Atlanta soon. Joey D's wedding. We make sure there'll be a camera running for that as well. Joey D, if you're watching, we miss you, pal, and we look forward to seeing you in Canada. Thank you to all that watch. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. That's been another edition of the Bob Does Sports Podcast. We will see you next time.